Imagine this. You're walking through your barn, feed bucket in hand, focused on your daily routine, checking water troughs, adjusting gates, moving toward the feeding pen. Your steps are steady, your mind on the tasks ahead. Then, without warning, your cow freezes dead in the middle of the walkway. It doesn't shift its weight from one hoof to the other. It doesn't flick its ear, swish its tail, or glance away. It stands perfectly still, broad chest facing you, deep eyes locked directly on your face. Time seems to slow for a second. You pause, half amused, half irritated. You chuckle and tell yourself it's just being lazy, distracted by a fly, or mindlessly standing in your way. You step around it, muttering something about stubborn cows, and keep moving. But what if that split-second moment is not random? What if that cow is not just being a cow? What if it is actively trying to send you a message, a clear, intentional signal, and you've been walking past it, ignoring it, and misreading it for every single day you've worked with cattle? This is not a trivial observation. It is the key to unlocking a hidden language that exists between humans and cattle. If you stay with this explanation until the very end, you will never see your cows the same way again. Every pause, every block in your path, every nudge or push will transform from annoying, meaningless behavior into a coherent conversation. You will stop seeing a stubborn animal and start seeing a communicative partner. Let's set the scene more vividly. You swing open the barn door, and there it is, your cow planted directly in your path, like a living, breathing fence. It is calm, grounded, completely unhurried, and shows zero intention of moving an inch. Sometimes it positions itself in a narrow doorway, forcing you to squeeze past or turn back. Sometimes it stands in the center of the main alley, blocking the entire route. Sometimes it even walks ahead of you, then stops abruptly, as if it already knew exactly where you were going and chose to intercept you. In that moment, nearly every farmer asks the same three questions. Is this cow deliberately blocking me? Is it just slow and uncoordinated? Or is there something deeper going on, something it's trying to tell me? The answer, which most livestock handlers never fully grasp, is that this behavior is never random. Not even slightly. It is calculated, observant, and purposeful. And once you understand why cows block your path, you will immediately begin to notice a second set of behaviors that are equally misunderstood. Why cows push you, nudge you, lean into you, or gently bump you. These actions are not accidents either. They are words in the silent vocabulary of cattle. Let's break down the 9 core reasons your cow stands in your way, each one a distinct message, rooted in biology, trust, survival, and social structure. 1. It is actively seeking your attention. Cattle are far more intelligent, perceptive, and pattern-focused than popular stereotypes suggest. They do not live in a fog of instinct. They watch you closely, study your habits, memorize your reactions, and build mental models of how you behave. Every interaction you have with them is stored in their memory as a lesson. If your cow has ever stood in your path before, and you stopped, made eye contact, spoke to it softly, reached out to pat its neck, or even sighed and acknowledged it, your cow learned an extraordinarily powerful lesson. Blocking your path leads to human attention. For cattle that are handled regularly, raised in close contact with people, or live in environments where human interaction is a consistent part of daily life, attention becomes a valuable resource. It is not just neutral contact. It is a form of connection, safety, and recognition. So when that cow steps into your walkway again, it is not confused. It is not idle. It is using a proven strategy to get you to notice it. This is not stubbornness. It is communication. It is saying, look at me. I'm here. Acknowledge me. 2. It is inserting itself into the flow of resources. To you, walking through the barn is a simple, mundane task. To your cow, you are the single most important creature in its environment. You are not just a person. You are the entire source of survival. You control the feed. You provide clean water. You open and close gates that lead to pasture, shade, or comfort. You change their world with every step you take. When a cow blocks your path, it is often doing something very deliberate, inserting itself into the flow of resources. It is not just standing there, it is participating. It is monitoring your movement because your movement predicts its next meal, its next drink, or its next chance to move to a better space. This behavior is rooted in survival instinct. Cattle are highly attuned to patterns that affect their well-being. If you walk toward the feed room every morning at 7 a.m., your cow learns that pattern quickly. By stepping in front of you, it is positioning itself at the front of the line, staying close to the source, and ensuring it does not miss out on what it needs. This is not aggression. It is proactive awareness. 3. It is trying to guide you. Cattle are innately herd-oriented animals. Their bodies, minds, and social systems are built for group movement. Within a herd, certain individuals lead, others follow, and subtle signals direct the entire group from one place to another. This instinct does not disappear when cattle interact with humans. When a cow walks a step or two ahead of you, then pauses and turns its head slightly back toward you, that is not random positioning. That is directional guidance. It is using its body to show you where to go. In many cases, the cow is leading you towards something it wants or needs: the feeding trough, the freshwater source, an open gate to the pasture, a shaded spot on hot days, or even a quiet corner where it feels safe. This communication is soft, subtle, and easy to overlook if you're in a hurry. But it is intentional. Your cow is not just reacting to you, it is trying to lead you. 4. It has developed a learned space habit. Cattle thrive on consistency, not just in daily routines, but in physical space. They feel secure when their environment is predictable, and they quickly learn which spots are safe, comfortable, or undisturbed. If you have walked around that same cow, in that same spot, day after day, you have unknowingly taught it a powerful habit: this space is mine. I can stand here, and humans will move around me. This is not dominance. It is not an attempt to control you. It is simply learned stability. Cattle do not analyze or question patterns. They repeat them because they work. What looks like stubbornness to you is actually a cow feeling secure in its space. It has learned that this position is safe, so it stays there. 5. It is checking for safety and uncertainty. Doorways, alleys, gates, and entry points are the most dynamic, unpredictable spots in any barn or feedlot. These are the places where movement happens, where new things enter, where change occurs. For prey animals like cattle, uncertainty can signal danger. When your cow stands in these high-traffic, high-visibility spots, it is not loitering. It is performing a safety check. It is scanning for unfamiliar sounds, strange movements, new smells, or anything that feels out of place. It is monitoring the environment to make sure everything is safe. And when it stands facing you in those moments, it is not a coincidence. You represent stability. In a world where sudden changes can trigger fear, you are a reliable, predictable presence. The cow is checking you, too, confirming that you are calm, that you are not signaling danger, and that the environment remains secure. 6. It is expressing trust and connection. This is where the behavior shifts from practical survival to emotional relationship. Some cows do not merely tolerate human presence, they crave it. They seek you out, move close to you, stand in your space, and yes, block your path. This behavior is not resistance. It is not defiance. It is proximity driven by trust. For a cow to choose to stand close to you, to position itself in your way just to be near you, means it feels completely safe with you. It sees you as a protector, a calm presence, and a trusted member of its social circle. In the herd, cattle stand close to those they trust. Translated to human interaction, blocking your path can be a gentle way of saying, I feel safe with you. I want to be near you. 7. It is standing in the most comfortable spot. Sometimes the explanation is beautifully simple. Your cow is blocking your path because that exact spot is the most comfortable place in the entire barn. Cattle are highly sensitive to their physical environment. They notice airflow, temperature, ground texture, moisture, and shade. That spot might be cooler on a warm day, drier after cleaning, free of drafts, or have better footing than the surrounding area. It might be the only place where its body feels completely at ease. From your perspective, it's an annoying obstacle. From the cow's perspective, it's the optimal location in its world. You just happen to need to walk through it. This is not misbehavior, it's comfort. 8. It is strategically observing everything. Cattle may look calm and passive, but their survival instincts are always active beneath the surface. They are constantly aware of their surroundings, and position is everything. Open walkways, alleys, and doorways offer the best visibility in the entire facility. From these spots, a cow can monitor all movement, other cattle, human activity, gate changes, and incoming stimuli. It can track sounds, watch for potential stresses, and detect changes long before they reach the rest of the herd. When your cow chooses to stand in these central, visible locations, it is not being lazy. It is being strategic. It is taking up an observation post to keep itself, and often the herd, safe. 9. It wants movement or change. If your cow repeatedly blocks your path, especially at specific times of day, it may be expressing a direct need for change. Cattle are naturally mobile animals. They are built to walk, graze, and explore. In confined spaces, limited movement leads to frustration, and frustration becomes physical communication. A cow blocking your path might be saying, "I want to go outside. I want to move to a different pen. I need stimulation. Let's change something." When physical freedom is restricted, cattle use their bodies to communicate their needs. Blocking your path is a quiet plea for movement, variety, or relief from boredom. Now, let's explore the second half of this silent language. Why cows push you, nudge you, bump you, or lean into you. These actions are even more frequently misunderstood, often labeled as aggression or misbehavior, when in reality, they are 10 distinct forms of communication. 1. Overstimulation. That's enough. If you handle a cow for too long, touch it repeatedly, or stay in its space past its comfort level, it will send a clear signal, a gentle push. This is not anger. It is not aggression. It is a polite but firm boundary. Cattle have personal space thresholds. When those thresholds are crossed, they do not yell or complain. They use physical pressure to say, "I need space. Please stop. That's enough." 2. Social interaction. You are part of the herd. Cattle communicate with each other constantly through physical contact, nudges, leans, gentle bumps, and body pressure. It is their primary social language. When a cow nudges you lightly, it is not trying to move you, it is including you in its social system. This is a neutral, friendly behavior. It means the cow sees you as part of its group and is interacting with you the same way it interacts with other cattle. 3. Trust contact. I accept you. When a cow leans into you, presses its side against your leg, or rests its weight gently on you, this is one of the highest signs of trust. In the herd, cattle only lean on those they feel completely safe with. This slow, deliberate contact means, "I trust you. I am relaxed with you. I accept you completely." 4. Attention seeking. Notice me now. If a cow cannot get your attention with eye contact or body language, it will escalate to physical touch. A nudge or light push is the fastest way to interrupt your task and make you look at it. Just like blocking your path, this behavior works once and becomes a habit. It is a direct request. Pay attention to me. I need you to see me. 5. Redirected energy. I have built up tension. Cattle sometimes experience stress, excitement, or frustration that they cannot release in any other way. Maybe another cow bothered it. Maybe a loud noise startled it. Maybe it has excess energy with no way to move. That tension builds up, and it needs an outlet. A gentle push toward you is not an attack. It is redirected energy, overflow from an overstimulated nervous system. 6. Warning signals. Back off before I act. Genuine aggression in cattle is always preceded by clear warnings. A lowered head, a fixed, hard stare, pawing at the ground, or a stiff, rigid body. These are not small cues. If you ignore them, a push or charge may follow. This push is defensive, not unprovoked. It is saying, "I am uncomfortable. I feel threatened. Please move away." 7. Excess energy. I need to move. Young cattle, in particular, have massive amounts of physical energy. If they do not get enough exercise, space to run, or mental stimulation, they release that energy through playful or restless physical contact. Pushing and nudging become a natural outlet. This is not bad behavior. It is youthful energy. 8. Fear. I need space to feel safe. When a cow feels trapped, cornered, crowded, or pressured, it may push you to create distance. This is a defensive survival response, not an act of dominance. The cow is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to escape a feeling of danger. 9. Instinctual butting behavior. Cattle have a natural butting and pushing instinct rooted in herd social structure. It is how they establish gentle social order, especially among young animals. This instinct can surface during moments of mild tension or play. It is part of who they are. 10. Pain. Something hurts me. This is the most critical message of all. If a cow that was previously calm suddenly starts pushing, nudging, or acting irritable, do not assume it is a behavior problem. Assume it is in pain. Hoof pain, digestive distress, injury, infection, or internal discomfort can completely change a cow's demeanor. A push is not the problem. It is a warning sign that the cow is hurting and needs help. This is the most urgent message your cow can send you. The final truth is simple, profound, and life-changing for anyone who works with cattle. Your cow is not slow, your cow is not stubborn, your cow is not misbehaving. Your cow is communicating. Every pause, every block in your path, every stare, every nudge, every push, every single one of these actions is information. It is a word, a signal, a request, a feeling, or a warning. When you learn to read this silent language, everything changes. Your cattle become easier to handle. They become calmer, less stressed, more cooperative, and more productive. You stop guessing what they want. You stop fighting against their behavior. You start understanding. And in that understanding, you build a connection with your cattle that goes beyond work. It becomes partnership. To truly understand cattle, you must learn to read their silence. They don't shout or complain. They speak to you with every move. If you want to decode animal behavior and improve your handling skills, follow and subscribe for more practical, heartfelt insights.